Hello everyone, it's great to be here. It's always my favorite part is to really talk to you guys, to spend a couple days with you guys and hear about the really cool software that you're developing, because you're doing some amazing things. And over the last year, since our last Elements, it's been great to see the number and the interesting applications that have shown up in AppUp. A couple weeks ago, I actually had a chance to sit down and have dinner with our black belt AppUp developers. So the black belts are the highest level that you reach in the AppUp program, membership level, because you're really good. You know how to write apps, you've gotten them published, you've seen success with your applications, and you've also shared a lot of your knowledge with other developers, so you're open and helping others to do that. I bet we have some black belts here today. I haven't seen them yet, talked to them yet, but raise your hand if you're a black belt developer. Why don't you stand up, actually. Stand up for a second. These are our first black belt developers. Great to have you with us today. And everybody take advantage of having them here. Feel free to ask them questions. I got to sit down and talk with them. Suresh is here, and talk to him about, what was kind of interesting is he has a full-time job as a QA manager in India. But he's excited about AppUp and writing apps, so he spends all of his nights writing apps. And he's submitted like over 20 applications. I don't think he's seen his family for a year now, but he's having a great time with applications. And some of his applications are really popular. Bluebird is one that is won a contest in AppUp, and it's one of our top downloaded applications. So these guys are here, and opportunity for you to interact with them. We also had last year a coding challenge. I don't know if you guys remember that, where we stuck some developers in a room for 2 full straight days, 48 hours. Well, the rest was going to sessions and everything else. Those guys were just coding like mad to compete to see who could write the best app. Well, that was fun, but we decided to take a different twist on it, and let's make it mobile. We're talking about mobile apps. Let's stick them on a bus. And for 2 days, they drove from San Francisco on a bus here, coding and writing apps. So that's been going on. I don't know if any of them actually showed up here or they're sleeping in their rooms. Raise your hand if you're on the coding bus. Oh yeah. All right. So we'll get a chance later to hear about those applications a little bit more. Okay, so now you guys know AppUp really is for a whole set of devices. We call it the compute continuum, going from PCs on the left all the way to smartphones, smart TVs embedded on the right-hand side. And what you heard from Peter now was a little bit more about how the services are going to allow you, the AppUp services allow you to easily deploy services across this continuum of devices. You also heard about how AppUp as a catalog here can be used and customized for storefronts by retailers, by OEMs, by service providers at the top, and now by curators. And so we have 22 partners today. We should have thousands and thousands of partners that are curators and helping you to distribute and sell your applications in the future. So pretty exciting. But now I'm going to talk about 3 additional big things that we're focused on with AppUp. First one is Tizen for mobile devices, then Ultrabooks for taking advantage of a huge volume that's real and growing today on the PC side of the world, and then HTML5 that bridges the gap between these. First of all, let's talk about Tizen. So just last night, about 9 p.m., the Linux Foundation and Limo Foundation announced a new open source project called Tizen. And Tizen is a truly standards-based, cross-architecture, open source software project that's going to support a wide range of devices. Starting with smartphones, but tablets, smart TVs, in-vehicle infotainment. So a whole set of devices that it's focused on and it's going to be enabling. It'll be hosted, the project will be hosted by the Linux Foundation. It'll have Intel and Samsung as the co-chairs of the technical steering group. And it will be truly open and with an open governance structure. The time frame, I think Hank mentioned, let's reinforce that, is you'll see the first versions of Tizen come out in Q1 of next year, and then devices should be hitting the market by about the middle of next year. So let's go into just a little bit more detail on this. So essentially, Tizen takes the best of MeeGo and the best of Limo and combines them and adds a couple new ingredients as well. MeeGo has a great following with the open source community. Some of the top developers in the open source community contribute and innovate and are making have made some substantial new capabilities and new advancements with MeeGo for a mobile version of Linux. We're combining that with the Limo Foundation, who has broad support from carriers and operators and actually knows what the carrier operators really want and has been responding really well to them. Put that together and you have a solution now that can be customized, optimized, and actually flexible enough to work for the carriers and the operators in the industry. So to meet their business model needs and to provide the stickiness to the customers that they're looking for. Add to that application framework that's based on HTML5 and the wholesale application community, the WAC APIs, and you now have a software framework that'll run across Tizen, but also across where the rest of the mobile devices and mobile platforms are going in the industry. So you can leverage your software across a wide range of devices. For MeeGo, if you've already been developing, so a lot of you have been developing MeeGo applications for a while now, and we have a number of MeeGo netbook applications that are submitted in our store today. Those will continue to remain compatible moving forward, so the future versions of Tizen for the netbook will also be compatible with your MeeGo applications, but also add the HTML5 framework so you can develop those as well. That's really good news for you. If you're developing a tablet application or a smartphone application, you want to start today with HTML5. That's really the best way to do this, and that's going to provide the most opportunity for you to leverage that software across the industry. We have the AppUp developer program. It's going to provide a whole set of resources and support to help you learn about Tizen, take advantage of it, and move your applications to Tizen. Look forward to more information coming on the SDK. As members of AppUp developer program, you'll be one of the first ones to know about this. As soon as the SDK is available, we'll get you information on that and get you started right away. The other big, well, just to wrap up, we're really excited about Tizen. So the opportunity to work with Samsung and the operators in the industry is huge, and it really does provide an open alternative for mobile devices, for a mobile software platform for them. So that's Tizen. Now let's move to another opportunity that you have today, which is Ultrabooks. So if you look back when we started pushing AppUp and saying, hey, here's the opportunity, we talked a lot about netbooks and asked developers to really tailor their applications to the netbook usage models and to have the netbook screen size and the whole experience of the netbook. And we've got a lot of good applications in the store right now for netbooks. But we found that users of AppUp were coming and downloading onto laptops and desktop PCs. In fact, a good chunk of our users now of AppUp are laptop users. And this is a huge install base. We're talking about, there's billions of PCs out there today. And in fact, over 1 million PCs shipped per day. So this is a huge market today, and Intel's investing significantly in this to add capabilities and features around the Ultrabook. And so we actually expect Ultrabooks to be 40% of those shipments by the end of next year. So huge opportunity for developers, and we're going to help you get your applications in front of Ultrabook users and PC users. Starting later this year, we'll be adding new features and capabilities specific to PC and Ultrabook or AppUp. for example, large file size support, new UI, screen, sizable, resizable screen, a lot of things to make this work a lot better in Ultrabook and provide a better Ultrabook experience and a way for you to get your applications to Ultrabook users. But what is an Ultrabook? So if we look at Ultrabook today, this is, actually you see that on the left are features that are going to roll out over time in kind of three chunks of time. The left is today, the middle is middle next year, and the far right is over the next couple years. The left side is where you're going to see Ultrabooks coming out in the next few months, a lot of them. And they're going to be super slim. They're going to have extra long battery life. They're going to have instant on, some really great capabilities for the mobile user. But next year, you're going to find a lot more opportunities for you as a developer to take advantage of Ultrabook features in your software. For example, touch capability. So Ultrabooks are going to add touch user interface to it, and so you'll have the best of both worlds. A user can use this as a tablet if he wants. In fact, it'll be convertible, so you can fold it over and use it just as a tablet in the touch environment. Or you can enter information yourself using the keyboard. You can use them combined. And for example, let's say you have a language learning application. You want to, like Rosetta Stone, you want to learn Czech, let's say, for example. You want to learn Czech language. You use this application here, use a touch framework actually to answer a lot of the questions, do a lot of the drills and quizzes. And half of the experience can be through touch, but then at the same time you need to enter through the keyboard. If you want to write a sentence, you want to tell them how to spell a word and answer questions that way, the keyboard comes in very handy there too. So as a developer, it's an opportunity for you to think about how do I combine the touch and the keyboard experience into an application for an Ultrabook. Be thinking about that. And then there's a whole set of new features and capabilities like context-aware and sensors and things coming in the future that provide even more opportunities for you. So it's time to get innovative, and actually Intel's investing a lot in innovation here. How do we spur that innovation and help to fill in even more exciting usage models for the Ultrabook? We, last month, introduced a $300 million Ultrabook fund. A fund is both for innovation in the hardware space as well as the software space. So if you have cool ideas about applications that would cross the compute continuum, cross-device, cross-architecture, that would take